Hey everyone, it's aquilladahun, and this is a Lefty Knitter podcast. It's going to be a very, very short episode this week. I have 2 finished objects, and I haven't recorded any other video during the week because it's just been a very crazy week. So, yeah, it'll be short and sweet, and that's about it. So I want to thank any of my viewers that have come back, any of my new viewers, so here we are. I live in Baltimore, Maryland, just to recap, with my husband and 2 daughters, and I have decided, if you haven't seen any before, I've decided to do more vlogisode type episodes. So it's gonna be like clips throughout the week, if I have clips through the week. And yeah, you're gonna probably hear background noise, and I can't help that because, I can't tell my family to just go away because that's not fair. And my cat is meowing at me. All right, so you guys have seen the progress on these quite a few times. These are the combat socks by Tristan of Dragon Hoard Designs. Hold on. Okay, so my littlest one is singing, and you might hear that. Sorry. I wanted to use this yarn. This is Savvy Skeins, and she's in Texas. This yarn is the Sensible Sock Base, and the colorway is Boots and Spurs. It was 400 yards for 100 grams. It's 80 superwash merino, 20% nylon. I explained how I was gonna try to work this because these socks take way more than 400 yards. Not way more, but more than 400. So I split my skein into 2, and I just went as far as I could with my 2 separate halves. And I used a contrasting heel and a contrasting toe. I didn't have to even extend the toe any further. It turned out really well. Now this one is on a blocker just because I can kind of show you. I love this Boots and Spurs colorway. It is really awesome. The heel is Lolo Did It in I Love Daryl, and the toe is in On the Round and Smoky Quartz is the colorway for that. I have some of that left, and I have some of the I Love Daryl left. I have 3 grams left in the main color. I think that's pretty amazing. Here's the other sock. I did finish them. I just thought maybe I could show. There's the bobbles at the top. These are supposed to stick out of your boots, which I thought the concept was really awesome. It has this texture on the front, and it's plain on the back. There's my heel. The texture goes all the way down, and then of course my toe is very similar. I almost wish I would have picked a different color toe or done the I Love Daryl, but I wasn't sure if I was gonna have enough, so I was a little worried about that. So I didn't. That's why I used the other color. But I'm really happy with these. I can't wait to actually try them on with my boots and take some pictures like outside, some cool pictures. For now, it'll just be the socks on the blockers on my Ravelry page, which I keep my pages pretty up to date, and I try to keep as many notes as possible. I do what I can. Okay, the second thing I have to show you is the Shift by Andrea, Mowry. Everybody has seen this a bazillion times. I decided to go with different yarn. I don't have a yarn shop here that carries Spin Cycle on the regular, and so I like to see my yarns that I'm buying, like for projects like this. So that's why I didn't use Spin Cycle. So I used something that I thought was very equivalent to Spin Cycle, which is Yarn Hero. Now she just actually did, I think, a huge shop update. So if you go check her shop out now, there's probably a ton of colorways. The 3 colors I picked, I kind of wish that I would have picked ones that the color shifted more, but I didn't. And And I think that's what took me a while to get through it, because I think the color changing would have kept my interest a lot more, but that's okay. So, Yarn Hero yarn. This is the Color Mix Sock Solids. Well, this one's a solid. Some of them are more stripy. And I don't know if she calls them all sock. Oh, the one that did stripe that I have is actually just called Color Mix Sock, just so you know. And so the solids, I'll show you. Here's my 3 colors. And I'm gonna get on my page and update this also, because in case you guys ask or wonder, this was my color A. This was called Sand, I believe. Sand. So there's not much really color shifting at all. This is a solid. It's strictly a solid. Not solid because the plies are 2 different colors. My color B was my green. This is the one that striped, and this was pretty interesting watching it stripe through the project. That was called Algae. And then this one is also one of the solids, and it's just the 2 plies are kind of 2 different colors. The sun's really blowing that one out. And that one was called Pumpkin. And that was my color C, just so you know. These are fingering. It calls for a sport weight, but I wanted to use these yarns. I saw her at one of the festivals. She had the cowl knit up. She also had the shawl knit up. So it was really exciting to be able to see it. So here you go. You can see my green striped. Now this is the front. This is the back. I think it turned out really amazing. When I blocked it, I actually just used the same needle size it called for. I blocked it to the dimensions on the schematic. I thought this was gonna be bigger. The pictures, I guess it was kind of an illusion that the cowl looked like it was gonna be bigger, but I really like the size of it. Because I wear most of my shawls bandana style, so this is kind of perfect. Let me tilt that down just a little. I don't think I would ever wear it to the side like she does in the photos. I really love it though. So there it is. The only criticism I did have with this, and I made a comment on her actual pattern on Ravelry about this. The pattern's written great. I've also knit her So Faded sweater, and that pattern was also written really well. I don't think this gives away anything, so I'm not giving away the pattern. But here's the schematic. Now when I was looking at this, I was so confused. I was laying it out and it didn't match up. The shape didn't match the 2 side seams didn't line up, and I was like, what is going on? What she doesn't tell you in the schematic, this is the wrong side of the fabric. So if you lay this out with the right side of the fabric up, you're never gonna get this shape to work out. So you have to turn it over and look at the wrong side of your fabric, and then you'll see it lines up exactly how the schematic lines up. And like I said, I used the recommended needle size. I used a fingering weight yarn, and I was able to block it to the size of the schematic. There you go. All right, guys, so here is the fun part. Okay, sorry, the fun part. The exciting part that I'm excited to do. When I bought these from Yarn Hero, and I'm failing to remember her name, and I apologize, it might be on here. Linnell, I believe is her name. When I was speaking with her in her booth, she said you can get 2 shift cows out of her 3 skeins. And I was like, that's amazing. And I thought about gifting it to one of my knitting group girls, but I'm gonna gift it to you guys. So the skeins were more than 100 grams. One of them was 108, one was 103, one was 104. I used 38 of color A, 42 of color B and C, which leaves me with 70 grams, 61 grams, and 62 grams left. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wind off 10 grams for myself to put in my scrappy blanket. That way I have this memory for this cow in my project. and I'm gonna give away the rest of it to a viewer. So what I want you to do, not everybody has Ravelry, so because you're watching it here on YouTube, I want you to go below, make a comment. I want you to give me a criticism of the podcast, what you like, what you don't like, what you might want to see, or maybe enlighten me and give me some giggles and tell me what your favorite thing of my podcast has been. So I know some of you may be new, and that's why I feel like maybe that prompt isn't the greatest, because you've only seen maybe this video. So I want you to go to below, leave a comment, and I will be drawing a prize winner from the comments and gifting you the remaining yarn from Yarn Hero. So you can make your own shift cow, or if you don't want to make a shift cow, you can use it for whatever you want. But I thought it would be like a really cool giveaway prize. So I hope you all really think that's pretty fun, and you know, we could be twinsies. Twinsies! All right, so go ahead and leave that comment below, like the video, subscribe, and you know, knit happy. See ya!